What up, man? It's your big brother K-Rino. K-Rino. Um, Friday Night Live. Once again, Friday Night Live. We here with y'all. Um, and I got to break something down the other night. We got a topic tonight that I feel is pretty important for us to know in order to have some long-term success in life moving forward. Because it's certain things in life. I'm gonna hold that. I'm gonna wait till we get a few people in here before I say that. Hold on. I'm writing it down so I won't forget it. Writing it down so I won't forget it, y'all. But when y'all come in, hit that like button. Hit the like button as you enter the room, and we can get this thing going, man. I see y'all slowly creeping in. Slowly creeping in. I also have a couple of promo posts right at the top where y'all can see we got a couple of shows coming up next weekend. Yeah, next weekend. Next weekend. Yeah, next Friday we'll be in Colorado Springs, Colorado, and then Saturday, the next day, which is Saturday, we'll be in Denver, Colorado. So for all my people in that area, or if you just a super baller, you might just be a super baller, man. You might live in Alaska and say, man, I'm gonna fly out to Colorado, catch the SPC out there in Denver. And if you're in that area, like I say, we'll be in Colorado Springs next Friday, and be in Denver Saturday. So if you're in the area, you miss one, catch the other one, vice versa. Flip it around, twist it, smack it up, flip it, rub it down. Oh no. I see we got an OG in the building early, man. We got an OG up in this thing like super early, man. We just getting started. We 2 minutes in, and I'm seeing OGs in the building, man. We got Swift up in this thing, man, from the 4-4 boys. I see him. He's in here. H-Town OG artist. Been rocking with Swift, and Swift been rocking with his brother for like forever. So shout out to the homie Swift, man. Hope you hang around while we get into this topic. Hold on, man. Wait a minute. We back door. We got Kid the Great up in here too. Man, hold on, man. What's going on tonight? What's happening tonight, man? We got Big Swift from the 4-4 boys. We got Kid the Great. They like back to back. Man, that's what it is, man. Representing. Y'all hit that like button, and we'll get right into this topic. The topic is going to be the world doesn't care about your problems. And that might come off a little harsh. I might say, man, why are you saying that? I don't know. Why are you saying it so harsh? But in reality, there are certain things, certain lessons in life that the sooner we learn them, the better off we'll be moving forward. And for a lot of us, this very topic that I'm talking about is something that a lot of our mothers and fathers instilled in us. If you didn't have a father, your mama said it. You had a mama and a daddy, both of them probably said it to you at some point. Didn't have a mama, but you had a daddy, he might have said it. And if you didn't have either, hopefully somebody said this to you as you was growing up. And it usually came after you were going through something and you found yourself being overly emotional about it. You found yourself complaining and pouting about it a little bit too much, a little bit more than normal. Because human nature dictates that when you go through a situation, there are different negative emotions that kick in. The first emotion, sometimes you be on some why me, pity party type of thought process. The second level is you reaching out to people to try to get advice, sympathy, or whatever you need. Maybe all that rolled into one, and you can get those things from people. People don't have a problem helping you with your problems, but there's a limit. There's a limit. You know, we all have had the friend or family member who um, seems to always be going through something, and you might be the go-to in the family. You might be the one that they contact when they going through this stuff. And again, you don't mind. You don't really, you ain't tripping. You know, they call you, man. You're going to tell them what it is, and give them some advice, give them some sound counsel that could possibly help them get through this and navigate through it. But when they call you on that first night, you good. The second night, all right, cool. The third time, you're thinking, well, you know what? I know it's tough on him right now. He going through it. Let me stick in there with it. By the time a couple of weeks have passed and they called you um, numerous amount of times, and they are still reiterating a lot of the same things that they were telling you when it first happened, now you start to reach a point where you're like, okay, you know what? Is this person even listening to me? You know, because I've told them to the best of my knowledge how to handle this situation. I gave them advice and suggestions on how to handle this situation. And it would be different if they were coming to you with different questions, but they keep coming back asking the same questions. They keep coming back harping on the same points that they was harping on when they first revealed to you whatever it was they was going through, right? So now you catch yourself and you go, wait a minute, man. This cat just trying to get sympathy. You know, this cat just want somebody to rock him to sleep. She just wants somebody to be that sponge, and but because they hearing what you're saying, but there are a lot of people who don't take heed to what you're saying. So if you are receiving advice from somebody and you admit that the advice is good advice, but yet you're not acting on the advice, then that leads people to believe that you never had an intention on um, correcting your problem in the first place. You just want to call people and let them, man, it's gonna be all right, man. Oh man, no, bro, you strong. No, baby girl, you got it. You know, you way better than that. You can do, you know, they want to hear that because that sympathy becomes addictive. People get addicted to that, especially when they've never had that in their life. You know, people have had situations growing up where nobody was really there for them, and then you come along in their life and you become that person, that shoulder, and that's like, ooh, this is what they was talking about. This is good. But the purpose of having a shoulder to lean on, the purpose of having somebody in your life that will give you wise counsel and sound advice, the purpose of that is for you to act on that advice in order to remove yourself from the bad situation. You have to remove yourself from the situation, take whatever it is they're telling you, the good of whatever it is they're telling you, whatever you feel that could be beneficial to you, and then you have to begin the process of moving on that. So now 3 months later, you still calling your homegirl, your homeboy, your mama, your cousin with the same issue from 3 months prior to that. Now, so now your words start to fall on deaf ears. Now people start to become numb to what you're saying. And even if it's not the same problem, because what's worse than somebody calling you to cry on your shoulder about the same problem, the only thing that's worse than that is somebody constantly contacting you every so often with different problems. It's like you got something different going on with you every week. Then, if you're the person who's the shoulder that's getting leaned on, you start to get to a point where you start to try to simplify their situation for them by trying to give them the recognition in certain scenarios of how certain things are not even as serious as they making it out to be. So you go, man, why you all stressed out about that? You really stressed out about that? No, see what it is? They really are not stressed out about that. They've just addicted to the sympathy. See? Because it's always something new. So they got to reinvent another situation to justify them coming to you and trying to dump something else on your head, never taking into consideration that you as an adult, the same way him or her or is expressing their problems, they not taking into account that you got problems and stuff that you're going through too. You got situations and issues that you have to work through as well. The only difference is you are not resting on the your laurels in terms of just sitting around bathing in the problem. See, you take a bath or a shower, you get in the water. Most people like the water hot. You get in the hot water and you start washing off the dirt. You start bathing and cleansing the external part of your body. Once the body is clean, you don't stay in the shower 2, 3, 4, 5 more hours. At some point, you have to realize, okay, well, the solution has been rendered, and now it's time for me to get out of the shower, dry myself off, and get on about my day. Some people like to just bathe in the problem over and over again, constantly. Nah, man, it's time to get out the water, dry off, and go on about your day. Because time is wasting. And one of the worst things you can do other than waste your own time, see, it's bad enough to waste your own time because you are the one who's going to suffer from wasting your own time. So that's bad. But it becomes selfish to waste other people's time. And it becomes selfish to impose yourself on someone else's time when it's really not a necessity for you to do that. The person has already given you some of that time, some of their time, valuable time, because like I said a minute ago, they got problems too. They got things and issues that they're dealing with as well. So they've given you some of their time, but you keep coming back for some more. You ain't a crackhead, you a time head. You're a clock head. You want another hit of somebody else's time. You have to be respectful of other people's time, because you have people who have the ability to mask, and not necessarily always mask like they're putting on a fake face or a front, but they have the ability to compartmentalize their problems. So they can deal with you. They can help you. They can talk to you. They can encourage you. They can pour energy into you to get you right. All the while, they got something in their head that they're going through just as well. But they're not imposing that on you. Now, sometimes people might mention their own problem as an example. You might say, hey, man, you might listen to what they say, then you might go, yeah, man, that's kind of like me, man. I remember one time I was kind of dealing with something like, you do it as an example. But some people, when they have a self-centered type of personality, when you come to them with your problem and you need a little counseling and advice, they'll flip it around. You start talking about your problem, like, yeah, man, I mean, that's just like my wife, man. I got into it with her the other day, man. I don't understand why she always, you done flipped it around. You supposed to be helping him. Now he ends up helping you or getting off the phone. Hey, all right, man, well, I'll catch you later, man. You have to compartmentalize. But over time, you also will learn the hard way that people will start to wean themselves off of you. They'll start to avoid your phone call. Because now it's like, look at the, oh boy, here we go. I already know what he want to talk about. I already know what she want to talk about. I ain't doing that. I ain't trying to hear that today. And they'll get mad. Yeah, I've been trying to catch up with you. You ain't answer my phone either. Yeah, because man, look, man, you bringing the mood down. I'm your friend. I'm gonna talk to you when you need it. But this the 78th time you done brought up the same subject. When are you going to start executing a plan to fix your problem? Because a lot of people have it in their mind secretly. They keep going a lot of times because they expect you to come and put the cape on and save the day for them. Because God forbid, I won't say God forbid, because it's all right. If you can come through for somebody from time to time, that's cool. But if you do it for a person who doesn't have the right understanding or the right kind of spirit, then it turns into an enabling situation potentially, because on their end, they're like, ooh, you do that for me? He did that for me? Wow, I wonder what else they'll do for me. I was $400 behind on my rent. And this cat said, man, here you go, man. Here's $400, man. You my boy, man. And you holding that 400 like, man, nobody ever gave me this much money before. But instead of saying, wow, that's a friend, I got to make sure I figure out a way at some point moving forward how to match that degree of friendship. At some point, it could be monetarily, it could be just through action, through helping, whatever. I got to show this person, hey man, that I appreciate, and I'm gonna be there for them just like they was for me. But instead, you got people that go, Wonder what else. What else you got for me? What else can you do for me? See? Kid the Great said, I remember you said there's always someone doing worse than you are. Yeah, absolutely. But that self-centered personality, they ain't trying to hear that. Because I can honestly say that has been over the years, that has been one of the key, I guess to use this term, talking points that I've used when talking to people who was down on themselves, who was going through stuff and was feeling sorry for themselves. One of my key talking points have always been, well, bro, when you really look at your situation, man, you don't have it as bad off as you think you do. You don't have it as bad off as this person, that person. It's people that got it way worse. You can just ride around the city by accident and you'll see people who have it way worse. But that kind of personality, I'm trying to hear that. I ain't worried about Tim who got it way worse. I'm worried about me. I'm worried about me. My problem is the worst problem in existence right now, and it's really not. That is the thought process. Because there's something that's been lacking. Either there was a level of attention that they didn't get in the upbringing, or again, which still speaks to lack of attention, there was a lack of having people that would tell them what they need to hear in critical moments growing up. All childhoods have pivotal moments where if one thing is said or not said, done or not done, can change the whole course of how a person develops and move forward. You run around here bullying and jumping on folks when you young and all that, then somebody beat the hell out of you. That might be the thing you needed when you was little. Oh, I'm not going to be that kind of person no more. I've seen people change. A good whooping and changed them. I've seen people going down the wrong road, and the right word of advice has changed them. You ain't got to go through the prison program scared straight to be scared straight. And you don't always have to be scared straight. Sometimes you can be counseled straight. You can be advised straight. You can be taught straight. Ain't always about being scared straight. You ain't got to have an inmate in your face talking about what he's going to do to you when you get to the penitentiary. And you ain't got to have all that. So things that we learn early can help us late, but some people didn't get it early. But it's almost 8 billion people on the planet currently who all have their own, not own problem. People don't have their own problem. People have their own set of problems with an S. There are people who are going through multiple things. They have different issues. So when you call him to dump it all on him, you can create within that conversation to the person that's listening to you, you can create recall in that person's mind that you're talking to. He start thinking about the stuff he got going on. Like, hey, that reminds me, my light's about to get cut off too. You start thinking, because the same way that the rent man ain't got no sympathy for you, he ain't got no sympathy for me either. The same way the light company ain't gonna take no for an answer from you, He's not going to take no for an answer from me or from him or for her, you know. So you have to be considerate to other people's plights as well. Dr. Goldstein, I appreciate the love, homie. Dr. Goldstein. And yeah, I appreciate that. So people are going through things that they take the time out to help you get through. But the objective is for you, after receiving the counsel, after receiving the good advice, is to pull yourself up. Not just stay down there wallowing in the mud forever. You have to begin a process of pulling yourself up. How long do you want to stay in this condition? There are a couple of scriptures that I think about that come to mind. One is in the Quran where it says, God, talking about God will not change the condition of a people until they first change their own condition. So how does that make sense? What you mean he won't change my condition until I change my condition? I thought he was supposed to change my condition. No, it means that you have to take the first step and initiate the process of fixing your life, doing the things to fix yourself and improve and change your condition. Then when he sees that, he'll start to put things in place for you that will further advance you and change your condition. Now the other one is one that we've heard all our life. All our life. And when I say it, y'all gonna know it. Y'all gonna finish it. I'm gonna say the first part. God helps those who do what? Y'all already know the answer. Kid, appreciate the love, Kid the Great. Hey man, do y'all know who this brother Kid the Great really is, man? He got the right name. Man, the dude can rap. The dude can sing. Just do everything, man. Just multi-talented, man. Don't ever feel like you're bothering your boy. But within reason. You see what I'm saying? When I did that song, Holla at Me, that was the premise. It was like, man, somebody who's genuinely looking for that help. But you know, everything has to be done within reason. If I fed you yesterday, I fed you. Fed you tomorrow, yeah, okay, cool, I fed you. But we cannot let ourselves fall into the stray cat, stray dog syndrome. You know what the thing, the saying is about the stray cat and the stray dog? When you feed a stray cat, what does he do? What is a stray cat gonna do when you feed him? You're gonna be at your door every single day because they figured out, oh, this is easy. This is easy. All I gotta do is just show up. That's all the cat animals know how to make a sad face just like humans. You ever seen an animal with a sad face? Dog or cat? Just be they they know how to act and play the role just like humans. Dr. Goldstein, thank you again, sir. And the homie Brandon 91. What up, B? So we as people, we fall into that same mindset. Is somebody gonna do it for us? We're going to let them do it. You will never reach your full potential if you go through life like that. Oh, you going to buy me something to eat every day? I'm going to let him do it. Now, people who think the opposite of that, Assalamu alaikum, Brother Chris. People who think the opposite of that, when they need help, and they really need help, and when they get help, they are grateful for the help, but truth be told, in their heart, they feel bad, man. They feel bad that they had to ask for help. They feel bad that their life is in a position where they need help. They don't rest on that. They don't just sit there like, ooh, man, I'm hit a lick. I can take advantage of this guy. I can take advantage of this lady. They are grateful, like, man, hey, man, sincerely man, I'm going to pay you back, man. I promise I'm going to pay you back. See, you hear the same words and you get the same presentation of humility from the person with the right intentions and the person with the shady intent. You get the same presentation of humility from both. Because the lazy person, they gonna say it. Oh man, thank you so much, man. Hey man, I got you, man. They gonna say that, and the good person gonna say it the same way. But time is gonna tell who really gonna be about what they say. Time is gonna tell it, because a person who is motivated to be better, they understand that they are only down for time. I'm just down right now. You're not gonna come around me a year from now or 5, 6, 8 months from now, and I'm still in this same situation. You're not gonna, that's not who they are. So you can look at a scenario where, raise your hand if you ever let somebody come and live with you. If you ever let somebody come and live with you, like put a hand up or just signal with a yes or something like that. Dry rain, wet flame, underground. Kid, man, you be doing, man. You know the balls, bro. I'm gonna come back to what you said, William. Is that William Montgomery? William Montgomery. I'm gonna come back to that in a minute. But if you ever let somebody live with you, you have two types of people that will come to live with you. Two types. The first type is, hey man, I'm kind of in a bad situation, bro. You mind if I come stay with you? I just got to stay, man. I just need just a few months, man. Get on my feet. And from the time they hit your door with they stuff, they are working. From the time they come into your house, they are working to get out of your house. They're looking for jobs. They on the grind. They doing this. They doing that. And while they're trying to work, trying to find work, trying to get themselves out of the situation, they trying their best to stay out of your way. They try to do things around how they gonna clean up. They gonna ask you if you need anything. They doing everything they can to not be a burden and an inconvenience, because the situation that they're in is not normal for them. They not comfortable having to be in that situation, so they trying to get out of it. And those are the people who, in 3 months, 5 months, 6 months, probably sometimes it don't even take that long for those type of people. They out your house. They shaking your hand, say, man, thank you, man. I really appreciate that. You know, and y'all's friendship remains solid. That's one. But then you got that other one. You got that other one. And we all know who that other one is. That other one comes in the same way. Man, I just need to stay, man. So I get a job, man. I got some money coming in. I'm supposed to be coming in next month. That money never comes in. They never go get that job. And if you're not careful, you will go from having a friend who you brought in um, to help, to provide shelter for in a time of crisis for that friend, you'll go from that to having a roommate. Some magical way, you now have a roommate. And they have become comfortable living in your house, doing absolutely nothing, not making any attempts to transition themselves out from under your roof, because they have now discovered a comfort level, which is it's an artificial, it's an illusion, because they're comfortable. See, some people don't even have any they don't even have any what's the word I'm looking for? They don't have any scruples about, they don't feel no kind of way. They can recognize the change in your demeanor. At first, it was like, hey, man, so I think you good, boy. Good to see you, man. You know, you glad, you know, y'all chopping up that shit, boy. Your homegirl, whatever it is. But after a while, you realize this Negro he ain't trying to do nothing. This cat actually believes that he gonna live with me and live off of me forever. So that's how you ended up with a roommate. So what happens is, you being the good friend that you are, you decide at some point, you know what? Just like Kid just said, I got to give him a push. I have to now become a parent to my friend, to my brother, to my sister, whatever it is. I have to now take on the role of a parent who has watched a grown child refuse to leave the nest. And you have to make that tough decision to say, son, daughter, I've done all I can for you. You're not showing me that you are willing to do anything for yourself. So I feel that the best way for you to start that process, I got to give you a little push. You got to push you right out of my door. And you will be surprised how people can rise to the occasion when they have no choice but to. Some will just migrate over to the next person that they can use. Some people live their life like that. Some people go their whole life just bouncing from person to person. That's a really uncomfortable and trifling existence, to just be from pillar to post. Nobody wants to live or should want to live pillar to post. You should not even be in a mind frame where you are living where your stability is dependent on somebody else's. So if I'm living on you, I got to come move into Pat Warren's house. Pat, man, I appreciate you, bro. Thank you for letting me stay here, man. And I ain't doing nothing but living off Pat. What's gonna happen if Pat lose his job? What's gonna happen if Pat fall off and God forbid, and now he's got eviction notice on the door? Now I'm sitting there like, Pat, what you gonna do, man? What we gonna do? You shouldn't even want to live like that. A lot of dudes who make their way through life living off women. That's all you do. You just, I'm gonna live with her. You're gonna ride it out until it go bad, till y'all get into it, or she fall off and I'm gone. You even going in on her. Why you ain't pay the light bill? Why you ain't pay it? So you find out fast that, hey man, the world don't care about your problems. Because people got problems of their own. This thing is a cycle. The bill collectors are on his head, her head, just like, matter of fact, they might be on their head more than on yours. And even if it's not centered around finances, you could be going through something in a relationship. Because you know how we are. We like to put everybody in our business. We got that bad. We are notorious for including anybody who will listen into our personal business. Now, there may be aspects of your life that you confide in people, in other people in. You confide in other people about. Might be, you got a close homie, close whatever, family, whatever. Yeah, okay, I get that. We all do that. But there are some of us who, like I said, anybody who will listen, I would just tell you everything. I would just go into every detail and then like, man, I ain't want to hear that. You know how people tell you stuff that catch you slipping. It's like, man, why did you even tell me that? I did not want to know that. Your life is a little bit too much of an open book. You need to close the book a little bit. Your book is like this. The farthest a book can normally go is like once you open it, because you got the spine of the book. Some of y'all book is flipping. Y'all got the book flipped too open. It's not for everything is not for everybody to know about you. Just the reality. But when you seeking that sympathy, some people feel like the darker parts I tell them about my life, the more sympathy I can get. But no matter what you're going through, people move on, man. People got stuff to do. Hey man, we got stuff to do. We ain't got time to sit up and listen to you forever. What are you doing to fix it? What are you doing to fix it, man? Let me see what y'all talk about. Let me flash back into time on these comments real quick. I said I was gonna come back to William and said, if people don't, man, right when I said it, I lost it. Oh, if people don't care about my problems, I might as well fish myself in the, whoa, I don't know about all that. That's what I came back to. Oh, fish myself. No, they don't. No, that's not right. I'm trying to make it right, but I couldn't. The topic tonight, y'all. We stand on topic, so Maybe when we're done, I might get into some Q&A stuff. But for right now, let's stay on topic. I'm just going back to see what y'all got to say about it. Most people don't understand this concept. The world is against all. But to be needed, you need common unity. That's David. Ralph quoted one of my favorite lines: say a prayer, get to work, and let God do the rest. Yeah, you got to help him. God helps those who help themselves. People don't like the responsibility. Responsibility is a hell of a thing, man. Because responsibility is constant. There's no, okay, I got to do this responsibility thing for about a year. Then I can Cadillac for 5 years. No, responsibility is constant. You know what's in the middle? You know what word exists in the middle of responsibility? I just thought of this. The word bill. Responsibility. Got bills, man. You are responsible for taking care of yourself. And people move on. You could lose a loved one. This is how deep it goes. You could lose a family member or a loved one. They could pass away. People would genuinely, feel for you. We all will. They'll feel for you. But in a week or so, everybody back to normal, because the life train don't stop because one passenger is no longer riding on it. I gotta write that down, man. I gotta write that down. The life train don't stop, man, because one passenger gets off. So we'll sympathize, man. We'll every now and then people will check on you, and then after that, man, unfortunately, it's back to business as usual. So the moral is, if we are not in tune and concentrating on springing into immediate action to find solutions to our own problems, then you're going to find yourself in that cycle. Anna Monarchy, my homie, says, I am severely insecure, so I want to be disrespectful to others in order to stroke my ego and feel better about myself in a shallow way temporarily. I mean, that's something you got to work on. You admitting to it, which is, I guess, that's a step, but it's something you got to work on, because a lot of times people do that. We will thrust our insecurities off on people in different forms. So we present ourselves in a certain way in order to create the shield that we feel is necessary so people won't cross a line with us. But we don't have to do that. We have to live life to not be the aggressor, to like just, hey man, I'm just moving through life, and I'm not bothering nobody unless they bother me. That's the mindset. You ain't looking for no problem. Like, hey man, I don't want no smoke. I don't want no smoke from the barbecue pit, the chimney, secondhand smoke. I don't want none of it. That's how you move. You move in peace and humility. You bother nobody. I'm here for the peace and for the love. Phantom Face Final says we have to jump at opportunities the same as you jump at conclusions. Yeah, we have a bad habit of immediately going to the negative sides of everything off the muscle. Can't snap because my fingers messed up. We go to the negative side. I don't know if y'all remember when I told a story about the time a guy thought that somebody stole his necklace or something. Thought some people in my circle had stole his necklace, and he had misplaced it, only to find it later on. And he was just going in talking about how we stole this and we stole that, and hey, I stole nothing from you, man. We going. This is a big thing, because he jumped to conclusions based on him misreading the scenario, I guess. Prince was a joker instead of fighting. That's how we should face this world. Can't take it too seriously. I mean, it's certain aspects that in this day and time we have to take seriously, but yeah, to your point, that's the whole thing. There are certain things when you're talking to people and they are going over the top, over the slightest things, and you like, man, it ain't that serious. It's not that serious. And some people will argue with you like it is that serious, but it's really not, man. That's lightweight. And then when you get to the point where you do this, all right, man, okay, I don't know what else to tell you. We've all reached a point with a friend, I don't know what else to tell you. And they get upset at that point because you cut off that source of verbal nutrients that they were taking from you. It's like, man, hey, man, we got work to do. Yoli, yoli, keeping it rolling. Yeah, you know what, Yoli? I'm gonna get into that because I've been getting people, a lot of people been hitting me up from South Africa, man. So it's starting to develop in my mind like that might happen one day. It just has to happen. Um, it has to be somebody on that side that can help organize it and put it together properly, and then figure out what area, because I get a lot of love from South Africa. I don't know why, but out of all the African nations, South Africa is the one where they've been gravitating to your big brother the most. So I don't look at that. We don't believe in coincidence. So we'll just have to see, what happens. I'm still reading y'all's comments, man. The world don't care about you, man. People got problems of their own, and they'll help you to an extent. Is that to say stop helping people? No, absolutely not. Do your best to be a help, to be of assistance to everybody that you can within reason, but don't destroy yourself trying to help someone, particularly trying to help someone who you discover really ain't seeking help. They're really not trying to branch out and do this on their own. Gotta cut them people off. It just is what it is. What's up, Rick? Yeah, it's the playoffs is going on, Rick. We had a game, we went to the second round. We're in the second round, but I messed my hand up, Rick. God almost broke my finger, man. So I can't even this my left hand is in constant pain if I can't even hold a basketball with two hands right now. So I don't even know if I'm gonna play Sunday. I'm gonna be shooting like Bob Cousy with one hand. But it's the playoffs, so it's probably like 2 more weeks. Browns boy 23. Some people chase the world. Other people let the world chase them. Yeah, when you establish yourself to a point where you have or if you have an attractiveness about yourself, you have a magnetism about yourself, then yeah, you're right. The world will chase you. But when we talk about world, this world, we got to be careful when we chase the stuff that's going on in this world. And sometimes we got to run like hell if the things of this world are chasing us, because they not chasing us. It's not chasing us with good intentions. It's chasing us to leech off of you, to use you, to destroy you, to manipulate you, to change you. But as I said in the very beginning, there's certain things that the sooner you learn them, the better off you are. And that don't always come when you're young. Unfortunately, I won't say unfortunately, except for in the context of you may have learned a lot of hard lessons along the way if you didn't pick up certain game when you was young. But the fortunate side is if whenever you get it, you put it to use, it's still a benefit. So the sooner you learn, hey man, ain't nobody out here to be babysitting you, putting pacifiers in your mouth and picking you up and burping you. They're not doing that. You ain't finding too many people that's doing that for grown people. So once you learn that, you look at anybody who's doing something for themselves that's successful, and what does successful mean? Successful don't mean big mansion, Bentleys and Phantoms, millions and millions. Yeah, that's not always what success means. That's financial and material success. Success is contentment in your life, having the things that you need for you and your family, and being content with that, having a relationship with the creator. You're a successful person. So when you learn that lesson that nobody owes you anything, we go through life thinking that people owe us something. When you pick that up and understand they don't owe you anything, then you shift your focus to trying to figure out, how can I make something of myself? Self. So I'm no longer looking at successful people with the intention to leech off of them. I'm now looking at successful people with the intention on trying to figure out the formula and seeing what aspects of their formula can I implement into my own and try to get where they at. That's what real people do, man. We study the game. Man, look. How did Kobe become the closest thing to Jordan? Did he just wake up one day and he was just born magically, and all of a sudden he could do a a lot of similar things that Jordan could do. How did Kobe become the closest thing to Michael Jordan as a basketball player? I'm speaking strictly basketball. How did Kobe become the closest thing to Jordan? Somebody said he studied. The gospel said he worked hard. Phantom Face said emulating. Think about that. All that's true. All three answers. Brown's boy said, okay, he studied. See, it's really in that order. He studied Michael Jordan. He watched tape. He watched film. He watched Come Fly With Me. Y'all don't know what that is. Come Fly With Me is an old VCR tape of Michael Jordan highlighted. Everybody went crazy when it came out. He studied tape of film. He watched him. He looked at the details, the nuances, the footwork, all the intricate stuff that people might, we just hollering at the dunk, but we didn't look at the move he did to get free to do the dunk. So he studied, then he went out and worked hard to learn what he studied, practicing what he studied to try to physically manifest what he studied. And then he was able to emulate it on the court. He worked it out on the court. So it's the same thing, man. You can look at successful people, study, work hard, emulate. So Brown's boy, the gospel, and Phantom Face just laid out the formula, the three-step formula. Work ethic. Rick Tim, work ethic. That's the fourth component, because yeah, you might study, you might work hard for a little while, you might emulate for a little bit, but it has to be a consistent process. You can't do something 2 or 3 times and then, okay, I got it. Because guess what? It's somebody else that's studying, working hard, and emulating, and they got the work ethic. So don't look at what somebody else got and just stop at, man, I wish I had that. Why he gotta have that? Why she gotta have that? Because she worked for it. She went to McDonald's and got a job. She's working at McDonald's. Fool. She went to McDonald's, got a job, worked like crazy, man. Put in the hours. So she got a nice apartment. She got an apartment. She got a car. She working at McDonald's. But we live in a world that has turned honest, legit work into something to be laughed at or something to be embarrassed about. Well, you work at McDonald's, you work at Taco Bell. Where you work at? Because people who really are on a journey, see, when you're on a journey, you know that certain spots, you just passing through. So yeah, I'm just passing through Taco Bell. Trust me, that's not my finish line. That's not my end. That's not my resting place. This is just a starting point. It's like a video game. I'm on the first board. So me working at this, I'm struggling. I'm on the first board. Don't worry. I'm gonna beat this board, and I'm gonna be on the next. That's the mindset you gotta have. And the person that's laughing because you came home and you had your McDonald's hat on and your little shirt, What kind of mindset is that? You asking them for money. You asking them to bring you a number 4 home. I feel like as long as we keep learning, we keep growing, then we grow, we glow, and when we glow, we shine our light to give others inspiration to grow. We should want everything around us to grow with us, or else it's no use. Yeah. How would you look having some property and you got this one pretty tree that's growing on the property? That tree is doing great. But all the other bushes and trees and the grass is just tore up and brown and dying and barely surviving. And it's like, man, you want your whole property to look beautiful, not just the one bush or the one tree. So the principle is if I'm doing good, why wouldn't I want the people around me to be doing good? That's not fun to me. But there are people who think like, see, there are people who have other forms of insecurity that make them feel like I got to be over everybody for me to feel like I'm somebody. I got to be considered the one. I'm the golden child. And everybody, as long as everybody else is under me, I'm good. Instead of feeling like, well, man, look, hey, man, we all walk in, bro. You get you some shine. You get you some shine. It may be a day where I don't get no shine because it wasn't my moment. It wasn't my moment. It was my partner's moment. It was his moment to be in the forefront. What I'm gonna do? Run out there and jump in front of him and hey, look at me. I'm gonna play the background and let him eat. I'm gonna let it cook. Let it cook. Let that man cook. Cause your day gonna come. Your day gonna come. Keep the right spirit. If we don't have the spirit in us that rejoices in the successes of our friends and family, then you got the wrong spirit. You're supposed to want to see your people do good. Y'all hit that like button if you haven't already, man. Let's get to 100 likes, man. We closing in on 100 likes. You should want to see your people do good, man. You should love when somebody give you props. I don't care what you do. You know, you ain't got to be no rapper, no entertainer, athlete, or whatever. Be at your job. If somebody give you props, you know how you felt when somebody was showing you love and telling you how great you are. You know, you remembered exactly how you felt. You wore that outfit, and everybody would say, "Ooh, that boy clean today, man." Ooh. You know how you felt. So you can't come around the next day, and then when somebody else is doing that for somebody else, now you like, hey, yesterday you said I was good. Yeah, you was yesterday. Today, it's about them. Give it up because now they feel how you felt yesterday. And that was a good feeling. So be grateful, be glad for them. God blessed them with whatever he blessed them with. And he chooses who he drop his blessings on. So if you got a problem, you have a problem with the decision maker. Come on, man. You can't prosper with that kind of negative spirit. You can't. You can be up, then you be down. You can't prosper with that negative spirit. You got to genuinely be rooting for your people, man. You got to root for strangers, man. Like, man, old buddy hit the Powerball. I don't even know him. I don't gamble, but I'm like, well, he gambled and he did that. Hey, that boy did it. Because now he can do things for his family, man. He can do things for his children. He can do things for his community if he wants to do that he wouldn't have otherwise been able to do. And if you think on that and you see, man, this dude, he took some of that money and he started building low income housing where he's making affordable housing. That's the word I wanted to use. You should be like, yeah, okay. Especially if it's something you feel like you would have did if you was in his position. So it wasn't meant for you to do. He did it. Forget who did it. Be glad it got done. And I wanted to do it. I wanted to do it. Be glad it got done. No matter who did. If it's good, don't worry about who did it. Just be glad it got done. Pull yourself up, man. 0102 drought in the building, man. Success needs time. So I care, listen on the low. That's right. Come on, man. Rick, you know Kid the Great? Yoli says, I have my real estate license and I still got a little part-time job. Hey, man, look. It's 24 hours in a day when you round it off. We can never make the excuse that it ain't enough time to do what we got to do. And the reason why I say that is because when you break down things that we want to do, if we understand, I can't write a whole album in 24 hours. Maybe I could. No, I'm just playing. But if I can't write a whole album in 24 hours, I shouldn't try to cram that into a short period of time. I should say, okay, I'll work on one song a night. Maybe I can finish that one song. Come back tomorrow, do another one, come back tomorrow, and maybe take 2 or 3 hours out of each day to work on this, work on that. And then in a couple of weeks, if you're consistent in your approach, you can have an album done in a couple of weeks, written. It's like read the book. Got this big old thick book. Got this big old thick book right here. Shout out to brother Dimitri Muhammad. Look how thick the book is. Now, you have people who are great readers, right? They can read a book in one night. But some of us are not going to read a whole book with 200-300 pages in one night. But you can have that book read in a couple of weeks. You read 8 to 10 pages a night. In a couple of weeks, you through reading that book. So sometimes you got to do it in increments. You got to do it in steps. But you're still getting it done. So you can never make the excuse that it's not enough time. Man, I just don't be having time, man. What are you doing? Because one thing I know about people, and I know y'all going to agree, I guarantee you it ain't a one of y'all in this room that's going to disagree with me when I say what I'm getting ready to say. It's not one of y'all going to disagree. Well, it might be, but I don't believe it. We make time for the things that we really want to make time for. Who agrees with that? If you agree with that, just say yes. You just say yes. We make time for the things that we really want to do. And some of the things that we really want to do, it ain't worth making time for. So when it comes to something that's really, really, really important, something that can advance you, take you to another level in life, you see people who will totally commit to the process of accomplishing that. They will lock in and laser focus on what they have to do, what they want to do, and what they feel they have to do. Then you got other people that won't even try. Then you got other people who, what's worse? I just want to know y'all's opinion. What's worse, y'all? The person who won't even try at all, or the person who always starts something, but they always quit and drop out? I don't know which one is worse. I guess at least the person who don't even try, at least they don't even fool themselves. They're like, ain't no use of me even trying. Drought says, say it again. What's worse? A person who does not even try to better themselves or accomplish something, or a person who is always starting stuff that they say they're going to do, but they never finish it. They just give up and quit. Both are really frustrating. They might be equal. I don't know. That's why I'm asking y'all. I don't know. To see real gutter music thinking like me say both. Because it don't take long, man. We have certain things that we take a long time to do that shouldn't take long. Then we have other things that do take a while, that may take a while to do, and we try to do it too quick. Shouldn't take you 3 days to wash dishes. You went in there, you washed one spoon, then you went and sat down and watched TV for a little while, and you came back 8 hours later and washed the bowl. Shouldn't take you that long. But difficult things can be done if we have patience to do it incrementally. Dollar Bill is in the building, man. They both are a detriment to your success. Big Ox says the person who always starting stuff because he wastes more time. Yeah, man. And you know what? In either way, but more so on the person who starts and quits, people stop believing in you. People find it impossible to believe in you because that kind of pattern, it turns people off. It's like people like that, you don't even want to hear what they got to say because they'll come to you tomorrow and say, yeah, man, I'm getting ready to start school, man. I'm finna go to barber college, boy. I don't get my barber's license. And the first time, you know, yeah, that's good, man. That's what's up, man. Then he quit. Next thing, yeah, man, if we get that CDL, man, I'm gonna start driving these trucks, bro. You like, yeah, okay. So you left the little barber thing alone. Nah, yeah, I left it alone. I can make more money, man, driving these trucks, man. I'm gonna get my CDL. Didn't do that. Then at this point, now it's a pattern. It's like, man, dude, you just don't do nothing. Then we start to find places to lay blame when we don't do things for ourselves. We start trying to lay blame. We try to find somebody to blame it on. It's always somebody else's fault. I made a video like that a while back. I might do an updated version. It's always somebody else's fault. As if just every outside force in the world controls your life and your actions. That is the mentality of somebody who will always say it's somebody else's fault. You basically telling me that everybody outside of yourself has control and power over your success except you. Nah, it ain't everybody else's fault, man. Appreciate the love again, Yoli. Therapists charge hundreds of dollars and try to feed people liver killers, and I feel like this. No, God is great. God is great. Anything I say that helps somebody, all praise is due to Allah. Because we have to, sometimes we got to learn this, but sometimes we do it subconsciously. We are our own therapists at times. Those of us who lock ourselves into the mindset of figuring out our own problems and trying to find solutions to our own problems, a lot of times more so, many of us, some of y'all in this chat, y'all don't fall under the category of the people I've been discussing in this topic, meaning that the majority of the emphasis of what I've been speaking on in this topic is based around people who are always looking for somebody to enable them, always looking for a shoulder to cry on, and always looking for sympathy and a pity party, but they never do for self. A lot of y'all don't fall in that category because, and I'm gonna show you why. And tell me if this is you. Tell me if this is you. Some of y'all are just not the kind of people who even like to put y'all's burdens on other people. Some of y'all, some people are just like, man, I figure it out for myself. I handle it myself. We internalize. And you have people in your life, they get mad at you. Because they'll find out that you was going through. They say, man, why didn't you tell me, man? I could have, no, man, I ain't wanna bother nobody with that, man. I just handled it myself, or I'm gonna take care of it myself. A lot of y'all are like that. And that's cool because it's a sort of a protector and a shield against being the total opposite of the person who, like I said earlier, just tells everything about themselves. But sometimes it's good to have somebody that you can vent to a degree and kind of bounce things off of to get different perspective from. But the key is you got to know who the right person to do that with. Because you can't get at to everybody because too many snakes out there. There's too many people. It's too many people that listen to your problems. You see, you got people that are willing to listen to your problems, and you got some that listen because they care about you and they really genuinely want to help you. You got other people, they just want to be in your business. They just want to know what you're going through. And some of them kind of low key are glad that you're going. They kind of celebrating. They're kind of glad that you're going through that. Mm-hmm. Yeah, he always act like she always, yeah, she ain't on top now, huh? Then they on the phone, yeah, man, yeah, man, you gonna be all right, man. You gonna be all right, man. Then they go tell your business. So some of us internalize. We like, I ain't giving nobody none of my information. I ain't telling you nothing about me. Nope. Man, I ain't know you got a divorce. Yeah, I know you didn't know because I didn't tell you. Man, I ain't know that you moved out of Texas. Yeah, I know. I didn't tell you. See, some people just like to know because there are a lot of people, man. I'm giving y'all some game. There are a lot of people who are in secret competitions with y'all. Y'all don't even know. They are gauging everything they do off of what you do. Everything, and you just living your life. You ain't thinking like that. Go back and check on y'all a little bit more. Let me see what y'all talking about. BGN that won't try. The ones that always quit is a step closer to being committed. The worst is the one who always talks about doing something with no action. BGN, I'm gonna see you. I'm gonna see you this weekend. Next weekend, you coming to the show? Did you know we was gonna be out there, BGN? We coming to Denver and Colorado Springs. Take your pick. That's my homie BGN from way back. BGN 79. Y'all see him in the building. What album covers you did for me, BGN? He did the Alien Baby album cover, right? Didn't you do Alien Baby? BGN 79, man. Straight out of Colorado. He did book number 7 album cover. Crisis King, what's up? Enoch Visions, what's up? David says 90% of music I listen to is my native drums and flutes. Couple native rap songs and then tongue twisters. I don't tongue twist a lot, man. Hold on, let me come down some more, y'all. Trying to catch up. I don't want to miss nothing, y'all. Y'all be saying some deep stuff. Sometimes I miss it. Claudia Rocks says, and why do people always blame God when stuff goes wrong? They never blame the devil. They never blame themselves. Sometimes it ain't God or the devil. Sometimes we give the devil credit for stuff that we doing to ourselves. Ooh, the devil is working today. I got caught up in traffic. I got all the way to work and realized I didn't bring my briefcase. I had to go all the way home. I was late. Ooh, the devil is working today. That ain't the devil. You should remember to get your briefcase. So we will blame God and credit the devil for things that's going wrong. And all the while, we the only creatures that God gave free will to. God put a brain in our head to make the decisions that we make on a daily basis. Man, I can't find a good woman, man. I don't know why God keeps sending me these old crazy women. God ain't sending you no crazy women. You chose her. I don't know why God just keeps just bringing these old crazy men in my life. No, you liked him. You wanted him. The dude God put in front of you, you moved him out the way. Watch out. I want him. So we blame God and credit the devil. Because a lot of the things that go wrong in our life, that be on us. That be on us, man. You ever seen somebody who is going to pick out a car? They want to go get a car, right? May not be a new car. I ain't talking about a new car off the showroom floor. Give me 5 more likes, y'all. Hit that like button 5 more times if you haven't. You're going to get a car and you see people who they bring somebody with them to help them pick the car, right? Somebody who knows about cars. And the person that's with them is saying, hey man, you know, this is a good car. Hey man, the engine is good. Look like these things, these spark plugs are brand new. You ain't trying to hear none of that. They looking at the other car because of how the car look on the outside. They like the way the car look. Person telling them, nah, man, I don't know about that one, man. You know, this is a good car right here. I don't want that. I don't like that color. That's a good car. Then you end up getting the one that look good to you. And you in the shop every other month. And that person told you. You made that decision. Oh, the devil is busy. This car just keeps stopping on me. No, you busy. The devil ain't busy. You busy. Come on, man. Apocalyptic Minister and Robbo up in this thing, man. Shouting out to the OGs in the chat, man. Shireen Smith says that's weakness. See? It's everybody else's fault. No. We talked about responsibility early. Now what we're discussing now is accountability. We have to always, look, man, it's a hard thing to do. But when stuff is going wrong, you have to immediately go into solution mode. But you also have to immediately take into account to say, man, how much of this am I responsible for? I got to go on and accept the fact that I did this. This is on me. Okay, it's on me. I got to fix it. But we're looking for somebody to blame. But what if you did find somebody that you could blame? What does that change? Still don't change nothing. The problem still has to be fixed. You still have to go forward with your life unless you go jump off the top of the Astrodome and end it. You still have to move forward. So the best way, even if it ain't your fault, if it affects you, what if you're in a group situation with somebody? What if you do have a roommate? It's you and a roommate, and y'all agreed coming in to split the rent and the bills. And your roommate they share the rent for that particular month. That's not your fault, but it's still your problem because you live there too. So you'll say, well, I guess we just gonna get evicted. But you can't get evicted, so you got to figure it out. Hey man, I'm gonna hold your end up this month, dude. But you owe me. You need to be figuring out how to not only just pay me back, but now you need to be also still concentrating because next month coming around too. So something ain't got to be your fault to be your problem. Rick, Rick Timms, I'm finna break it down. If me and you on teams, we playing basketball, and my man blows by me, right? You guarding your man, but I gave a half effort on defense, and my man just went by me, and now he got a clean layup. He coming to the hole with a clean layup for game point. It wasn't your fault that I didn't play good defense, but it's your problem because we gonna lose. We both about to lose. So you gotta come over. You in a position where you gotta try to overcompensate for my mess up, try to come over to try to help and contest this shot. Now he might kick it out to your man. So if one of us mess up, it puts everybody in a bad position. But we can't cry about it in the moment. We got to fix it in the moment. Now, once we fix it, now we can argue. Okay, we got it straight. Now I can turn my attention, or you can turn your attention towards me and say, man, you got to guard your man. You can't. Yeah, you're right. You can't just let the situation just crumble. Got to instill that in our young people. It ain't got to be your fault to be your problem. Maybe I'll make a video on that. Let me see. Hood Smokers Podcast in the building. Straight Dog in the building. Straight Dog says, got to keep it to yourself sometimes because people like to attack things they don't understand. And people will, man, the very thing you confided in the wrong person, that person will throw that back at you at a tough time. Accountability, accountable for self-preservation. Holding yourself accountable builds your character. Appreciate y'all for getting me to the 100 likes. Shireen says, true teammates help. Yeah. See, a good teammate is going to help because they know it's the right thing to do. A bad teammate is going to say, I'm with my man. Hey, man, you supposed to be guarding him. And you know what, Christ is King? You know, we all think like that sometimes. Well, some people think like that. Sometimes what we might perceive to be a mistake could have actually been a protection, to your point. Could have been a protection. But we make the bigger mistake. The people who whine and complain and cry and always woe is me type of people, they go through life with this delusional thought process of thinking that everything's supposed to be perfect in your life. Who believes that? Every little thing. You sitting at the table and you just kind of turn a certain way and you accidentally knock a cup of juice over on the table. And you just go, oh man, spilled on your white rug. And that's your fault. But it's not the end of the world. We put too much emphasis. Dolce says Ramadan Mubarak. Ramadan Kareem. Absolutely. We are in the holy month of Ramadan. Ramadan Kareem. Don't be surprised by the fiery trial. guard him, and guard him too. That's right, man. We can argue on the sideline. We can argue after the game, man. Like the pros, that's why they got film. The film gonna tell who messed up. Drop y'all locations, man. Where y'all at, man? Let me know where y'all at. Drop your locations, and I'll shout y'all out. While y'all dropping those, hold on real quick. All right. Oak Cliff, Texas. C Mac out there in Oak Cliff, man. That's what's up. Straight Dog out there in Wisconsin, Nina, Wisconsin. Enoch in Pasadena, California. 130 spokesman in Chi-Town. KS out there in Temple, Texas. BGN, I know where you at. Hope I see you next weekend, Jay. Yoli Yoli, keeping it rolling. Yoli be keeping it rolling everywhere. Yoli, you travel more than I do. Phantom Face out there in Columbus. David in Columbus. Columbus be representing, we're in Ohio. Ohio be repping hard, man. I know Pat Warren is out there in Columbus. South Central Ontario, my homie Adam Anarchy out there. No doubt, man. I'm supposed to be coming back to Toronto real soon. Shout out to my homie at 11th Hour Entertainment, the homie Ben. Drought out there on 1960. Treasure Coast, Florida in the building. See, but my mind is in Hawaii. Lake Placid, New York, Daryl Lamb up in this thing. What's up, One Love, Nike? Appreciate the love, man. You headed to work? You headed to work? Where you at? Polynesia. I can't say your name of that. L. Rick Timms out there in Sunny Side by way of Belford and Scott. Man. That's our hood, y'all. Y'all don't know. H-Town. Show low. Babylon, the gospel. See, I'm in Babylon. Big Ock in the South Bronx. 50th anniversary of hip hop, man. We celebrated to the fullest. Shout out to all the OGs, man. The legends and the OGs and the pioneers from the South Bronx, man, who started this thing. None of us would be doing it. Let's just call it for what it is. Hot Boy Leon out there in Alexandria, Louisiana. I came to Alexandria, Louisiana, man, way back in the 90s, man. And I'll never forget it, Leon, because they had not an African, they had this black shop. They had this shop that sold a lot of like black history, like books and artifacts and stuff like that, man. And that was a cool little shop. I'm sure it's not there no more. I don't even remember the name of it, because this was like in '93. So that literally was like 30 years ago. Yeah. One Love, okay, Bay Area and Cali. David Simmons out there in Panama City. Yeah. Appreciate the love, David. Apocalyptic minister out there in the home of them Chiefs, man. Pat Mahomes and them Chiefs. The Chiefs are the champs. We will be in Colorado Springs next Friday and Denver, Colorado next Saturday. So y'all come check out the South Park Coalition. It'll be myself, Point Blank, Klondike Cat, Dopey of the Terrorists, and many, many more. Hosted by the one and only Yoli. Y'all come check us out, man. I always get a lot of love out there in good old Colorado, so we're looking forward to coming back. I will be in McAllen, Texas next month. Anybody that's close to out there in McAllen, Texas, I'll be out there on May the 5th. I'll put the information up as we get closer to the date. We staying working, y'all. We working on Dallas, C-Mac. We working on Dallas. Dallas and Fort Worth, they always show love in Dallas and Fort Worth. So we'll be coming back that way real soon. Y'all hit that like button if y'all haven't already, man. I hope y'all got a lot out of this topic. Something that we can incorporate within ourselves and that we can pass on to other people, particularly young people. If we instill these principles in young people early, they can kind of get that embedded in them so they won't grow up. See, it's a sad thing to see grown people still walking around with that kind of attitude of feeling like other grown people owe them something. Don't nobody care, man. Figure it out. Gotta figure it out. Kid, when the album dropping, man? I see you've been working on your project. When is it gonna hit the world? Y'all need to go check out Kid the Great. I guarantee y'all, if y'all go check out Kid the Great, man, go introduce yourselves to Kid the Great. I guarantee y'all gonna love the music. Guarantee it. I stand on it. Yeah. Come on down, Apocalyptic. We've had a few people, man, from the chat that have come down to Houston to some of our shows. My homie Torrance Taylor out there in Milwaukee, he usually on here. I thought I saw him on here earlier. He came to the SPC 35-year anniversary last year. Somebody else came down. A few people have came down that's regulars in the chat. They just made a quick little getaway vacation of it. Yeah, man. Shout out to the homie Nut, Street Military, and Pharaoh, man. Legendary status. SPM on his way home. I don't know. I would be lying to even speculate that. I would be lying. And see, that's what I said earlier, C-Mac. Got to fix our conditions. We have to be the key that turns ignition to fixing our condition. We got to start the process. Sometimes the hardest thing to do, y'all, is to just get started. It's like waking up. You know, you got to get up, and you don't feel like getting up. The bed be so comfortable, but you know you got to get up. And you're like, oh man, your body is in a mode where it's like, I could just go instantly back to sleep right now if I could do it. It wouldn't be no. If I just close my eyes, I would be sleeping 8 seconds. But you know you got to get up. So it's hard to get up. But once you get up, you stand up and go wash your face and do it. Now you're like, okay, all right, I'm up. I'm good. Sometimes all you have to do is just get up. Just start. Just start the process. And don't quit. Keystone. The Keystonian is in the building, man. Hey, man, how many of y'all have not subscribed to the Underground Dialogue podcast, man? I'm mad at y'all, man. If y'all have not subscribed to the Underground Dialogue podcast, please go do so immediately. My homie Keystone, my co-host with the most, y'all see No Regret Media. That's the homie Keystone, man. Y'all see him. Y'all, any of the episodes you watch, that's my right-hand man sitting next to me at the table, ranking on all our guests when they come in. We got another one coming for y'all real soon. Let's get it on, Keystone. Let's get in there and knock out the next episode. You know, I'll be in contact. Make it happen. The first step is the hardest one. Once you're in motion, you good. Yeah, no doubt about it. But you got to keep going because it's easier to fall off than it is to get on. It's easier to fall off. When you first learned how to ride a bike without the training wheels, it was hard. You was wobbling. Your balance was jacked up. It was hard. Couldn't turn the corner, had to slow down. But the times you slipped and fell, it was like bloop. The fall was instant. The mastery of controlling the ride, that was the hard part. That took time. So you can't stop. You have to keep working until the process of work becomes second nature in your mind. You do it naturally. You do it without even considering what you actually doing. It's like breathing. You don't have to consciously monitor every breath you take. You don't have to go, breathe, another breath, another one. You ain't got to do that. You breathing naturally. You just do it without even thinking about it. You blink your eyes. You don't even think about the fact that you probably blinked your eyes 8 trillion times today. Because you don't think about blinking until you think about blinking. Like right now, we get a conversation comes up about blinking your eyes, and now the first thing, all y'all probably over there doing it now. Like sometimes you start talking about blinking your eyes, you can't stop blinking them. So we got to get our work ethic to that point where it becomes natural. It's like this, hey man, this is what I do. This is who I am. It becomes a part of your freaking DNA, where not working is not even an option. I got to get it on. I got to have it, because you do got to have it. When the responsibility, you're responsible for them bills. You have people that depend on you. Even if you ain't got nobody that depend on you, you depend on you. So keep working, man. I'm trying to tell you, man. Okay, cool. I'm gonna check my email, kid. Yeah, man. Y'all subscribe to the podcast, man. Y'all be missing out on some good stuff, man. Let me tell you something. Hold on. I hope Keystone's still in here. Bro. Seems like every week I've been having to, lately, I can't, my hand is messed up. I can't even use my other hand like I want to. So I'm gonna do one side. We got a Popeye imaginary collar, Keystone. Because y'all be sleeping on this content that we be having on the podcast, bro. That's why I know that the masses, we tend to follow what's popular. We tend to follow what's mainstream. We just follow it automatically, because the content that we drop on this podcast, hey man, it could stand up to anything. Once we get into it, once we get into talking about, it can stand up with anything that's on the internet. But when the popularity is not on the level of a lot of other podcasts that everybody gravitate to, or we're not concentrating on mess, gossip, beef, controversy, and all that. See, we don't do all that. We don't do that. We try to plant seeds in y'all mind that's gonna germinate into something that's gonna be around for the long run. So y'all sleeping, man, I'm telling you. But to stay in character and theme of this topic, we also got to work harder to get the word out. So we don't put it all on the public. We got to work harder to get the word out. It's a 50-50 thing. Like Teddy Pendergrass said, it's a 50-50 love. Not 70-30, not 60-40. Talking about a 50-50 love. It's so good loving somebody when somebody loves you back. Yeah. Kid, did I hit it? Not 70-30, not 60-40. Dollar bill. Hey, man, look. Dollar bill, that just reminded me too. Now, Big Todd Rap Museum, he's moving to Colorado. So he'll probably be at the show next week. He's moving to Denver or Colorado Springs. I can't remember. He's going to be at one of those shows next week. I forgot which way he moved. But I got to check with him because he wanted to do the rap draft before he left. Because we're going to do rap groups. For however many of y'all in here that haven't watched the rap drafts on my podcast, you're talking about we did, Kiso? We did all the rappers. We did like all the mainstream rap, every rapper, we did everybody. Then we backdoored and did H-Town rappers. We did Houston rappers because we from Houston. Did we do 2 or 3? How many rap drafts did we do? Keystone? We just did 2 rap drafts? Okay, so the next one is gonna be a rap draft for the greatest rap groups. The groups like the Public Enemies, the NWAs, the Bone Thugs, whoever. And Rap Museum, he wanted to do that before he left. So I checked with him to see maybe that'll be the next episode. But if y'all haven't watched the rap drafts that we've already done, y'all go check them out. Go check us out, man. And we just did the episode with Brother Gary Monroe, the education advocate. He's like the Jim Adler of education. He brings the hammer. Draw says no drafts. Those are too long. See, there we go, man. You got to have patience, man. Got to have patience. The real NFL draft, it lasts for days. They be on that draft in like, it's like 2-3 days. Our draft might last an hour and a half. This is what I'm talking about. We can't be impatient. Just watch it in increments. That's what I was saying. You ain't got to do everything at one time. Watch 30 minutes of it, then come back to it. It's always a way to do it. Come on, drop. See, in my screw chapters. Montana of 300 is nasty with the lyrics, but gets overlooked. Yeah, we're gonna do groups next. We're gonna do all-time rap groups. We're gonna do that next, man. Nah, Keystone didn't win. Everybody gave it to you. Everybody gave it to you, Dollar Bill, on the first one. Now I'm gonna have to go back because I didn't get a clear cut on the second one. I gotta go look and see, and then see enough of y'all didn't watch it to put the votes in. So I ain't gonna accept no loss. I accepted my loss from Dollar Bill because there was a lot of people they gave it to him. They gave it. I had to take that L. Keystone, we gotta take that L. But on that second, we're gonna wait and see. We're gonna wait and see. As long as y'all don't say Murder won, I'm good. All good, man. All right, man. I'm gonna get out y'all way, man. Man, I ain't no time flew like this, but I'm gonna get out y'all way. But subscribe to the channel. Go subscribe to the podcast channel. Catch us next week in Colorado. And when is the Comic-Con? May the 26th. The H-Town Comic-Con. We will be there. Me and Dollar Bill. You got that address? Dollar Bill? I ain't got it on me. I know it's gonna be at the George R. Brown, right? Yeah, I remember that part. Come support our table. Come support our booth at the H-Town Comic-Con on the 26th through the 28th of May. We're gonna be in the building, man. With the comic book, as y'all see right over my shoulder right here. Y'all see the post on the wall. We're doing so much that I'm losing track. Catch y'all later, man. Peace.